This is an opportunity for you to work again with Debbie Morgan, who was pivotal in one of your earlier roles. I want to talk about what that experience was like connecting as your mother this time.
Amazing. You know, I love Debbie, and I can distinctly remember being 14 and being on set. And even though we didn't have any scenes together, she just was ever present and constantly pouring into us. So there's that familiarity and that comfortability and that safety. And so, in the dynamic of us playing mother and daughter, it was exciting because half the work that you got to do just to get comfortable with someone, even if it's just touching them, you know, or interacting with them a certain way, we didn't have to do that. We literally had this kind of incredible base to just start with, and then we were able to just build and have fun from there.
Sort of going with that, this is a film that talks a bit about new beginnings and how beautiful that can be. But Cory, for you with Dallas, do you find that he ever really had love for Ava, or how do you think that that is reflected in his character?
Yes, I think he loved Ava, very much. He did. It was just he didn't really know how to. That was all. And I think when he was dealing with things in his childhood, and not having the proper tools to release the trauma, it just bled over into the adult relationship of not knowing how to treat someone who showed up in his life and who really genuinely cared for him and loved them until it was just like, you can't save someone who don't want to be saved. So that was Dallas, and that's something that Dallas has to work out. And Ava realized that, and she had to, do what was best for her happiness and her peace, which the character totally understands that. And, but yeah, I had a great experience playing Dallas, though. That guy does exist in the world.
Yes, he does. So, kind of along those lines, Ava had to recognize at some point to save herself first, put her mask on 1st. At what point do you think, or did she ever recognize within the relationship that she wasn't thinking of herself? Was it just later that she came to that realization, or do you think that there were moments throughout?
I think there were moments throughout. I think sometimes when you grow up um, in a religious household, the things that you're taught, sometimes you're not taught to go investigate them with God and ask God, well, what do you say? I know what the Word of God says. I know what my parents are telling me. I know what my community, I know what my church is telling me. You tell me how to walk this out. You give me discernment about what is and what isn't. You walk me through it, and having that relationship over religion, I think sometimes people struggle with that. And so you're doing things in the mindset of like, I just want to be a good wife, and a good wife, love endures all things. And, you just don't break up and don't get divorced no matter what, and all these things. And I think that you have to go through a journey of really talking to God and hearing God for yourself, and being responsible for yourself, and being responsible to hear God for yourself. And so I think that she probably discovered it along the way, but just didn't fully have the tools to figure out what to do. And so I think that, ultimately Dallas initially leaving her, I think gave her the strength that she needed to say, yeah, I don't need to go backwards. I need to go forward.